This is Valley Voice, the HFR edition. I'm Dawn Bateman,
Hi guys, Jeanette Stevens.
and we're here for another round of Where Do You Go? What do you do? I don't know what can we title this, but it was part two. So we are going to go through at this point because we're done with the opportunity drawing. First of all, Jeanette, we're talking about the Eventbrite site, and if you are selected, what would you expect?
Yes, first of all, we're back. I'm so excited to be back, and it's
Yay!
been a fun week seeing all the entries roll in for the drawing. So we're excited to get that started. Now comes the fun part, and the part that
Yeah.
requires a lot of steps from you, Hearties. So, yeah, so we're gonna put up a few screenshots as we chat here. One will be the email that you're looking for. It's gonna come from Eventbrite. It's gonna have a subject line in there that says Hearties Family Reunion. Um, When you get that, just a reminder, you do have only 48 hours from the time you get that email to respond and claim your ticket. The time that's listed on the email will be Pacific time because it's where Pacific time is where our event takes place. So 48 hours from when you get that email, you have to claim your spot. If you miss it, we move on to the next group of Hearties. So,
And that's that is something that you really need to know because
yes,
48 hours, it's done.
yep,
So, yeah, great
yeah.
reminder. Yep.
And a best practice too is to check not only your inbox, but those junk and spam filters. Every email provider is a little different. So just keep an eye on all those folders. So we're going to post on social when we send the first batch. If you see that and you go to your email and you're not seeing anything, check all those boxes to see if you have an email. And now we're going to go through the actual Eventbrite screens because those do bring up a couple of questions with Hearties along the way. Each email will only let you claim one ticket. So let's say you're a mom and you have two daughters and you put all three of you on the opportunity drawing form. All three of you will get separate emails and each one will only let you claim one spot. So you'll notice that the number is grayed out and that throws some people off. They're like, wait a second, three of us signed up. So you have to do them one at a time. You'll claim your spot. You'll get the second screen that just has all your payment information. It gives you the final amount. And then after you submit that, it will take you to a third screen that's we're going to show you here. It says your organizer needs more details at the top. So there's going to be some follow-up questions that we want to ask you to make your experience the best it can be in Vancouver.
So we're going to go through a process. Like if you had three people in your form that with your opportunity drawing, and I'm a mom and I have two children, but you're going to get three separate emails to register. So we're just going to go through the process about how you claim those spots through the Eventbrite process.
So to help, I'll give you a quick example using the scenario we stated. I'm a parent and I'm buying a ticket for myself and my two kids. So as of this point, all three of us have gotten separate emails to our email addresses that we listed on the opportunity drawing form. So let's say in this scenario that I have already purchased my ticket just for me. Now I've gone back to the kids' emails and I'm clicking into their spot. So this is how we purchase for them and then update the ticket to reflect their name. So I'm going through choosing the one ticket again and making the payment. And again, when you get to the billing screen, as the parent or whoever's paying for the ticket, you have to enter your information because it needs it for billing, right? To charge a credit card. So that's why you'll have to enter yours. And that's why we offer this option to update the name of the ticket on the next one. So this is the page where we have that box in the top left corner. See where it says copy buyer information. So you're going to want to click that box because here we're telling it who the ticket is for, because you want to make sure we add the child. Make sure the name you enter here is going to match what was listed on the opportunity drawing form. So in our example, I'm going to add Dawn as the child here. And next you're going to see those questions that we get. So we ask if you have any dietary restrictions, mobility questions, accessibility issues, trouble walking long distances. You'll notice if you say yes, we are going to ask for a little more information. This all helps us to accommodate you as best as we possibly can to make your visit as seamless as possible for you. So after you complete those questions, you're gonna complete the order. So just remember, this example was for those of you who might be paying for somebody else, dependents. So in this scenario, if you have other kids, we said we had 2 kids in our example. So I would go back, find the email from our second child, click the link, and start the process all over again for the second child, making sure to update the ticket to reflect the second child's name. Because a lot of times what happens is we'll get like 2 tickets for the same name because they didn't know to update that second screen there. And that's the page where you'll find these questions about the dietary stuff that we've talked about, the mobility piece, Dawn, that we've talked about for the tour, the set visit.
But it's really important if you have a dietary situation, please let us know. And mobility, if mobility is if you have a device or if you cannot walk distances, or it's just a variety of things that we need to accommodate. It will be easier if you let us know earlier, and this is the first time that you have to fill that part of the scenario. So even if it's just, oh well, I need to have some help, even like with when we go to set and I can't walk between the rough roads or whatever it is. You need a wheelchair or you need some assistance. We have golf carts, but we only have limited amount for that. So we just need to make sure that we have the numbers for that. So yeah, yeah,
Yep.
great, great information.
As always, please don't, um, if you run into an issue, we're going to help you. I promise you that. I know
Mhm.
it's kind of, there's a little bit of stress involved because you do have that 48 hours, but most issues, I would say 99.9% of issues, we can figure it out for the Eventbrite piece, especially. I can help you out with that. And if there's something that we can't, we will find an answer for you. So just
Yeah.
reach out to that heartiesevents@gmail.com with your
Mhm.
questions on the Eventbrite piece.
Yeah. After you go through this whole process for Eventbrite, it's so that you are paying and you say, okay, I'm in. Here's my form of payment, whatever, and click it and say, I got it. And then you
Mhm.
get a confirmation email. And so I'm just gonna tell you, confirmation emails are sometimes, just a flippant, oh, okay, I got it. But in our case, it just is chock full of lots of information. When you get your confirmation email, make sure that you print it out, save it, because there's so much information. And I think there's about 5 sections that we need to talk about. So the first one in the confirmation email is about the set visit. So, Jeanette, what is that and what do they have to do?
Yes, and I want to reinforce what you just said. I'm somebody, I get my confirmation, I like flag it and put it in an email in,
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
folder. So yes, do not forget about your confirmation email. You're going to see a number and then you're going to immediately open it and scroll down till you get to the 5 items. So yes, the set visit you said is number 1. Um, there will be a link that's going to take you back to a page on the website where you sign up for your set visit time, which we have 2 this year. We have a departure time of 9 a.m. and a departure time of 10:30 a.m. You can find information about those visits on the event page under Sunday. It's going to be for Sunday. And then when you go to the sign up sheet, it's going to be different than the other items. For this, each person who has a paid registration from Eventbrite needs to fill out a form to sign up. So it's not like you sign up your whole group on that form. You have to submit for each person that has a paid registration. Um, it's not going to generate a confirmation email. What it will do is it's going to pop up with your success. It's basically the equivalent, I always call it the equivalent of like a church bulletin board, where you go to sign up. Like once you've signed up, you've signed up. You don't have to go, oh, I wonder if I got the time I requested. Because
Mm.
what we do is we keep an eye on it. And then once one time is full, we simply close that down. And then we put every remaining Hearty in the other one that's left. So And the spots available are just dependent on our bus availability and seats on the buses for that. So that's
Okay.
going to be the first one, set visit.
Yeah. So, this is signing up for your bus on Sunday to go to the set visit. The second item is the Vancouver City Bus Tour. So tell us about that.
Yeah, another link that's going to take you back to the website again for a different sign up. And this is that optional tour that happens on Friday during the day. If you haven't seen Vancouver, it's a great option. We do have limited availability on this. So once it's full, it's going to be full. And we don't allow any signups on site. So it's optional, and we'd love for those of you who haven't been to Vancouver before to take advantage of it. But just be sure that you sign up. Same thing again on this one. It won't generate a confirmation email. It will give you just a sentence pop up. Congrats, you signed up. Also, the equivalent of a church bulletin board. So once you sign up, you've got the tour. Once it's full, we'll just close that page down. Um, and again, another one where each person who wants to take the tour needs to sign up for that.
Okay. Yeah, first come, first serve. And when it's done, it's done. If you've never gone to Vancouver and you've not seen the city, we got so many great comments from this particular option last year. So if you have the opportunity and you're going to be early in Vancouver, this probably is a
Um,
good option for you.
I do need to note
Yep.
one item on that. If you are going to take that tour on Friday, you do have to register for the HFR weekend on Thursday evening. So you would want to
Mhm.
make sure that your arrival is before that Thursday evening check-in time.
Correct.
You got to be all
Yeah.
checked in because you're going to be busy on the tour on Friday
Right.
before everything.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, so the weekend it's extended.
Yeah, exactly. Take that
For
extra time. That's what I say.
That's
You only
right.
live
That's
once.
right.
YOLO.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know. I'm so glad though that it's an option. So I'm glad that we had the opportunity to do this
Mhm.
again. So that's good. Okay, so you've signed up for your set visit. You are saying, "Oh, I'm going to go to the Vancouver city," and then, "Oh, wait, I need to, sleep somewhere." So
Who needs
that's the
sleep?
third. That's the third option for the hotel. So tell me about that scenario for
Yep.
signing up for the
Yeah,
hotel.
you're probably all going, wait a second. I signed up for this. You didn't tell me a hotel yet, people. Where do we show up? So the confirmation email will have our host hotel listed at the top along with the address of where all of the events for the weekend will be. This is the exciting part when you get to start booking your travel. So the host hotel will be listed at the top of the email, and then we have specific links we have our host hotel, and then we actually have two hotels that are right next door as well that we secured some rooms for. And all of them have given us a special Hearties rate just for our event. So you can check the different links out to see what suits your needs the best. The rates for all the hotels are good from Thursday night to all the way to Monday. So that's why we encourage you. We got those rates secured for all those nights, so that to give you some extra cushion time, we really encourage you to utilize those if you can. A couple other things on the hotels that we do ask, which is sort of a courtesy for your fellow Hardies and for the event. There's a variety of rooms, right? So we have some rooms that have two beds, we have some that have king, we have some that have king and a sleeper sofa. Just as a courtesy to all the attendees, if you can just, only book the number of beds you need. Don't book a double. If you only need one bed, don't book a double room, things like that.
Mhm.
Um, and another item as a courtesy, if you plan to look for a roommate, let's say you're coming solo, you want to save some costs. We're going to have a closed Facebook group that we're going to talk about in a second. But if you decide, hey, I want to talk with some other attendees, see if I can share the cost, we just ask that you do that first. See if you can track somebody down that you're going to share before you book your room. Otherwise, you might hold up two rooms that could be used for others. So just kind of work that out with a roommate before you book a hotel room.
Yeah, so the special rate is valid on like Thursday through Monday.
Mhm.
So if you go earlier, then you probably will not get the Hardee's rate, but just in case, maybe you want to be there earlier or later, I think the cost may go up or not. I don't know, but do your research. I'm just the portion of Thursday to Monday would be the special rate for our event for these three hotels.
I would wait till you get all your other signups and bookings done, have roommates arranged, have all that kind of worked out before you start booking flights. Because oftentimes we had quite a few people last year that booked flights and then said, "Oh no, I didn't know I had to be there Thursday. Oh no, I didn't." So
Mhm.
just really do. I encourage everyone to do a lot of research, get all your other stuff taken care of, and then that tells you like what time you're going to be back to the hotel on Sunday and what time it just gives you a better picture of what your weekend schedule
Right.
is going to be like.
Yeah, yeah. And especially like with the van, it's 24 hours available, but sometimes it takes some time for,
Yeah.
to be available to go to the airport. So if you're going from Vancouver to your destination, going home, make sure that you plan some time just to even have the van available. So it's just a
Um,
constant kind of rotation to go to the airport, to the hotel, etc. But it
yeah,
just takes time.
I'm the kind of traveler that like I don't when I see Hardy stressed out, it stresses me out. Like I don't want you to be stressed out. I want everyone to have
Right.
lots of time.
Gonna say,
I know people's work schedules, can sometimes inhibit that, but if you are able, this trip is once in a lifetime. We don't want you to worry about missing something, just
right.
if you can take that extra time, please do.
Yeah,
And you won't
yeah,
regret it because Vancouver's
yeah.
awesome.
And we will tell you when you need to be somewhere and what the issue
Yeah.
will be, or describing what you need to do, all that stuff. So hopefully you'll have more than enough information, and if you don't have that information, just you know email us and
Yeah.
we'll make sure that we answer your questions. So okay, so hotel, kind of exciting. Yeah, it's good. Check, check. I always check, check, check. Now we're talking about the Facebook page. We have
Mhm.
a Facebook page that is only for this event, HFR 2025.
Mhm.
So, Jeanette, what is in that and what do they need to do if they want to sign up, things like that?
Mhm. Yeah, we did this for the first time last year and it was a hit. It really helps you kind of get to know the other attendees that you're going to be seeing, make sightseeing plans. People used it to ride share, people used it to um, make all kinds of plans. It's just a lot of fun, to be honest. And so the link will be in number 4 in your confirmation email. If you are on Facebook, highly, highly recommend joining the group. The good thing is we're not going to spam you. It'll be active for the time that we plan and for the time of the event, but the group actually closes after the event, after we've shared photos and enjoyed everything. And the cool thing about the Facebook group that we have is it is an attendee only Facebook group. So as opposed to using like our main pages to have those discussions, this is going to be only our admin team and the planners of the event and attendees that have paid for their registration through Eventbrite. So you don't have to worry about your family and friends popping in that didn't know, like, wait, you're going to
Yeah.
Vancouver? What's happening? It's just for people who've registered. So it's a
Yep.
nice safe space for those kind of discussions.
Yep.
So it's just really to help you out with this event in particular. And we do post announcements there. We'll post them across. If you're not on Facebook, no need to panic. We do post announcements through Eventbrite emails and other social media, but it is really a good place to get really last minute up to date kind of announcements there. So highly, highly recommend it.
Mhm. Yep. Perfect. Okay, so the Facebook page for the event, sign up if you can. And I'm hoping that would be an asset for you just for travel or even, talking about roommates, whatever it is. I think you'll enjoy that. So your confirmation email, you print it up, but I think you'll need a electronic version because there will be links to go to all of these signups. So make sure that you have it somewhere that you can access it in your computer as well. That you have questions that can be answered from the website. Jeanette, what's our website?
Mhm. Yep.
address?
Heartiesfamilyreunion.com. And then you can always email that. I'll be honest, the next couple of weeks, you're probably going to be wanting to email our Gmail quite a bit. But the good thing is
Yeah.
we are like on the ready because we know that you are all making plans and signing
Right.
up for things and taking your next steps. So heartiesevents@gmail.com anytime.
All righty. Anything else, Jeanette, that you want to remind?
Yeah, I mean, basically, once you go down this checklist, that's you've gotten your travel booked. That takes care of your big steps. Now you can bask in the glow of knowing
Ask
you're
in the
going to be
glow.
in Vancouver in September and we get to see you. So
Yeah.
exciting. Um,
Mm.
as we move forward, there just keep an eye out. There are a couple other small steps along the way, nothing too major. Anytime we update the event, like we're finalizing, plans are still in flux, we're still finalizing a lot. The website will be updated with that information. So keep an eye on that. Just keep checking. I'd say go in there once a week, if, you know, once every other week, just to see if anything new's there. Um, and then also keep your eye on your email too. We do send emails from Eventbrite as well. So you might see those come at any point between now and the event. And then I think you and I talked about one more video too coming, right?
Yeah, part three. And part three would be probably closer to the event. So anything that is last minute reminders, things like what you want to think about packing, the terrain, all that stuff. We'll find more information about the weather. We've been really, man, knock on wood, we've had really great weather these last at least four HFRs. So
Mhm. Yeah.
hopefully that will be the case again
Yeah.
this year. But who knows? Sometimes it's raining in Vancouver. So um, just need to be prepared for that. So, but we'll talk about everything that you would need to kind of think about when you're packing going to
Mhm.
Vancouver. And I mean, more than that, but that's just
Yeah.
a kind of thing.
Basically what
But
to
part three
expect
is
when
going
you
to be,
get there.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah.
Anything else?
It's a very exciting time, and we're so excited for all of you and ready to get the show on the road and
Yeah,
start sending out some spots. Get ready,
exactly.
Hearties.
Exactly.
Look
Yeah.
alive, as I always say. Look alive.
Well, good luck, Hearties, for everyone that signed up. We're excited to see you if you are, selected. And but if you have any questions, make sure that you go to the Gmail box and ask any questions, and we will make sure that we answer whatever questions that you have. So I think we're wrapping this up, and thank you so much. And this is Heart to Hearties.
And the cool thing about the Facebook group that we have is it is an attendee only Facebook group. So as opposed to using like our main pages to have those discussions, this is going to be only our admin team and the planners of the event and attendees that have paid for their registration through Eventbrite. So you can, you don't have to worry about your family and friends popping in that didn't know, like, wait, you're going to
Yeah.
Vancouver? What's happening? It's just for people who've registered. So it's a
Yep.
nice, safe space for those kind of discussions.
Yep. Perfect.